Hridaya Vidyaniketan.
Hello, my dear friends. Hope you all are doing good today. Oh, what happened? Why is it all dark? Can any one of you see me? Oh, even I can't see you. Yeah, the light is back. What happened? I think the power might have gone. Children, can you all see me now? Yes, even I can see you. Dear students, I want you all to understand that we have only one source of light. That is very natural. What do you mean by natural? That means this source of light is from the nature, and that is called as the sun. I think every one of you have seen the sun, and that makes our day. And what about nights? Do we get light in the night? No. We get the reflected light from the sun. And the object that reflects the light is called the satellite of the earth, that is, the moon. Dear children, we all know what happened to Harish during his vacation. He and his mother hurriedly went to the book counter before 12 p.m. and collected the books that was crisp, glossy and colorful. Even his friend Amit had also collected the book. We also came to know that Harish loved to play basketball, but he had a very bad habit. Can you tell me what it is? Yes, he had a very bad habit of tearing the pages from the newly brought books. And he also made promises that he would never do this again. Dear children, now I need you all to open your textbook and follow as I read them. The school reopened and classes began. Harish proudly carried his new books to the school. But just 2 months into the school term, all the books were looking different. The English notebook had no cover, mathematics had many pages missing, and Hindi textbook was torn. By this we can understand that he broke the promise that he had given to his mother. We can see that the books were missing, the pages were torn, these books were not kept clean and tidy. Then Harish's mother got angry seeing the pathetic shape of his books. She decided to teach him a lesson. She went to see Harish's English teacher, Miss Jaya, and they thought of a plan. Dear children, what does it mean by pathetic? Now, I need you all to look at this socks. There is a pair of socks, out of which one is good. The other one has got holes in it. And do you expect someone to wear this always? When you find someone wearing this type of socks, or maybe a torn cloth, maybe a torn shirt. You feel a condition, a sense of pathetic situation. Now, even Harish's mother felt so pathetic looking at the books of Harish. And we could also see a new character being introduced here. Her name is Miss Jaya, and she is the English teacher where Harish is studying. On Monday morning, Harish was getting ready for school. Mother, did you see my English notebook? I have a test today. No, Harish, I'm sure it's somewhere there. Have you checked inside your bag and the shelf? We know that Harish's mother and Miss Jaya are planning something so that Harish could learn a lesson such that he may not misbehave with his books. Now, I need you all to turn to page 6. Oh Mom, I can't find it anywhere. Miss Jaya is going to scold me today. Well, it's time to leave. Your bus is here already. I'm also getting late for office, said Mother, smiling to herself. She knew Miss Jaya would take care of the rest. We know that Harish is actually scared of his teacher. Dear children, are you scared of your teacher? Well, then it shows the respect you have towards the teachers. I'm not asking you to be afraid of your teachers, but you can consider them as your best friend and share anything. But remember that you always respect your teachers and you obey them. Here, Harish is scared because he misplaced his English notebook. And as you can see, your parents are busy with their work. In the same way, Harish's mother is also busy and about to leave to office. Later in the class, Miss Jaya asked the pupils to take out their English notebooks. She handed out the question paper and ordered them to answer the questions. While the other children were busy preparing to write, Harish sat staring ahead with tears in his eyes. Children, do you know the reason why Harish was crying? Because he had a test and he didn't have the notebook to attend the test. What happened later? Harish, where is your notebook? Why aren't you writing the answers? Ma'am, I have lost my notebook. We know that Harish is very smart and an active student like every one of you. He is very good in studies and also a very good basketball player. Therefore, he might have knew all the answers that Miss Jaya had asked him. But he couldn't write it up because he didn't get his English notebook. Oh really? I'm not surprised. In fact, last night I had a dream. Now these words are told by Miss Jaya, the English teacher of Harish. Many books were shouting and complaining about the cruel little children who hurt them. They had decided to turn themselves from the little villains. I think my dream is coming true. Harish, how would you like it if someone pulled your nose, hands, ears or legs? Wouldn't it hurt? Your books feel the same when you tear them. Now, we can see that Miss Jaya is trying to convince this little boy, Harish, telling that tearing off pages from new books to make paper boats and paper rockets is a very bad habit. He says that he misplaced the book. Miss Jaya is very serious about this issue, warning him and telling that she had a dream where the books had complained to her and thought to make a lesson for children like Harish who misbehave with their books. Harish thought for a few moments. His mother, father and grandparents were always angry with him for this single bad habit of his. He said crying, "Ma'am, please give me one last chance. I promise I will be careful with my books." Miss Jaya said, "Go home and check your bookshelf. I'm sure your notebook would have come back there. Take today's test in your ref notebook. Remember, do not ever tear pages from your books or keep them dirty." Harish had learned his lesson. Harish was surprised when he reached home. The English notebook was right there on the shelf. How did he miss it in the morning? Had Miss Jaya dream came true? Dear children, we know that Harish was very scared of his teacher, Miss Jaya. The reason is he had lost his book. Now, as we learned in the previous episodes, Harish is giving up a serious promise to his teacher, telling her that he will never misplace his book, he will never misbehave with his book, he will never tear the pages from his book, nor he will ever touch it with dirty hands. So, the moral of the story goes like this. You treat your books safely, you treat your books with some responsibilities, that will be with you forever. We saw the dream of Miss Jaya, telling that they may even protest so that they are not taken in the hands of dirty people. And that is not a good habit. So, to end this chapter, let me just brush up the very little things that we learned from the beginning. Harish was on a vacation. His mother and Harish went hurriedly to the school book counter to collect the books before 12 p.m. because they saw Anit had already collected the books. Then we see Harish gives false promise to his mother, telling that he won't tear the pages from the books to make paper rockets and paper boats to play. But later what happens? He breaks his promise. We could also see that he was a very good student, like you and me. He loved to play basketball. Then, when the vacation was over, He went to the school, and after 2 months, what happened? He started to misbehave with his books. Few books were torn, few books were misplaced. They were all treated with disrespect. So, Miss Jaya and the mother of Harish planned to make a lesson so that Harish would be very careful with his books. Then Harish goes up for an exam where he couldn't even find his English notebook. Later he promises to his teacher, telling that to give him one last chance so that he will never misplace his books. And this was the only bad habit that Harish had ever got. And this is the reason why the parents of Harish and also the grandparents always scolded Harish. Therefore, children, from this chapter, we can understand that you must be responsible with the books that you deal with. You must be responsible in the society that you are in. Take care, be safe, and stay safe. Thank you.
Purnodaya Vidyanike